Sports are literally not are something that Gen Z is not interested in. We actually talked about that today or the other day on PCC. Gen Z is just not. They don't participate in sports. They're not interested in sports for whatever reason. So nowadays the social activity is activism, and it seems like ever since Occupy Wall Street, and definitely since George Floyd, that's been the kind of the way that young people kind of get together and
virtue signal.
Yeah, well, not only that, but also socialize.
See, I think it's like that they were rewarded repeatedly. I mean, all of these people who applied to Columbia, that guy we were talking about on Friday who was like leading the protest and got in trouble, he wrote his college admissions essay on the fact that he was like fighting systemic racism. Like this is something that they know, or typically they can do and be rewarded for.
Which is why I don't necessarily feel bad for any of these administrators, right? They've let these radical left kids in. They've put them first.
They've created them. They didn't let them in because the humanities departments are literally creating these
So it frustrates me as a conservative to see people like Mike Johnson go and try to police it, break it up. People like Governor Abbott's doing the same thing. Never interrupt your enemy when they're fighting amongst themselves. These are both Marxists on both sides. They're arguing, they're bickering. It's a fracturing within the leftist party in this country, and conservatives should just kind of let them fight it out and just hands off.
I hear that. I got no beef with Mike Johnson wanting to pull funding from these universities.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I'm like,
totally on board with that. But you don't need to go there personally and try to, you're being drowned out by the protesters. You look weak. You're wasting time. You can be, fighting in Congress, putting forward America First bills, stopping that aid, not just grandstanding at Columbia.
Yeah, I'm done with the my free speech argument is amended once more. For years, like in the 2010s, it was, we must defend the speech of even the people we disagree with. And then Marxists started screaming, we don't deserve speech rights. And I was like, well, that's your right to say it. And then they started physically attacking people and getting people suspended and banned. And then I decided, I'm not, and this was like 4 years ago, I was like, I'm done defending people who are actively trying to take away my speech rights. If you are for free speech, I'll protect your free speech. I'll defend your free speech. If you oppose it, you get the governance you ask for.
The left. Go ahead.
Just the main point. These protesters are the same people who show up to physically beat old women. And I'm not kidding. In Berkeley, you can search for this on YouTube. They threw M80s at old women in it was a park in Berkeley because they were waving little fat flags, American flags or whatever. So these people want to organize behind violence. There's a video we'll show in a second of them refusing at UCLA to allow a Jewish student to walk to class. They're barring him entry. And he's like, why can't I go? And he's got his hands in the air. And then they scream, oh no, help. They're trying to shut us down and take away our free speech. And I'm like, good. Let the police come and clear it all out. I don't care.